So I kind of forgot that I actually had a YouTube channel and didn't really upload stuff, so I kind of apologize. However, to make up for this, I got here a battle versus a random guy on Smokin' who is definitely the second best player I've ever played or seen played, next to the Sergeant Bash. Actually, probably Emperor King Isaiah is better. I don't know. They're pretty close. I have to actually compare, but definitely, like, the next best thing on the list. I'm telling you guys, this guy is impeccable. It's awesome. So, he sets his rocks. I'm just like, bro, he's a ground type. I'm definitely not going to go for Volt Switch, except I do. I mean, I can't believe it. I totally predicted something. And he goes into his Ninetales named Pussycat, which, it's not a cat. It's a fox. I mean, it's a fox, obviously, with 9 tails. I mean, that's why its name is Ninetales. But, regardless, I go into my big, giant, like, Godzilla dinosaur thing, and sand goes up, so, you know, that happens. And then I go for Crunch. And not Pursuit. Not really sure why. I have to question myself, guys. I don't really understand why I actually went for Crunch and not Pursuit. However, do the pro-ass prediction. Going to Rotom on an Earthquake. Best thing ever, obviously. So, my opponent, which is, you know, frustrated because of the fact he can't Earthquake me, decides to stay in on a Rotom and go for the Ice Shard. Definitely the best choice to ever do there. But unfortunately, I hit it with the Hydro Pump and I take him out. So that's pretty good. So he goes into his Shift Tree, which is the Samurai, and he goes for Swords Dance. Not Growth, even though most of the time Growth is better. But because he has a Swords Dance, I know he's just physically offensive, which is kind of good. However, the thing is that I'm kind of threatened a little bit about Explosion, because Explosion is a pretty good move. So especially after a Swords Dance. But since his Donphan is dead, I know that I can just safely go for the rocks. And now every single time his in quotations Pussycat gets sent in, it's gonna take the rocks damage. However, he switches out to a Chandelure on the predicted switch into T-Tar, and he's just like, dude, you will not see this coming. I got the HP fighting. And I'm just like, oh shit, I'm going to take a lot of damage, except not really, because Chopo Berry, and even if I didn't have a Chopo Berry, I'd still live the thing, and he'd die to a Pursuit. So, that's a cool story, bro. And that's the end of that. So, he goes into his, in quotations, cat, to set up the sun again, and I'm just like, you know, that's cool, I guess. I'll switch out just so I can get the sand back up. At the same time, I was thinking, you know, this guy probably has Solar Beam. Most Ninetales don't. But I was just like, you know, this guy, I have a feeling that he's going to use Solar Beam right now. And I was right, and really, Celebi just kind of tanks it like a... I was going to say a man, but it's genderless, so I don't really know what to call it. But anyways, I switch back out, go into T-Tar, and Gargira, and the black Gargira, to get the sand up. And this Ninjask, dude, that Ninjask is just hovering there. I mean, I don't know if you guys see it like it is on my screen, but that thing is not flapping its wings. It is just hovering. It's quite a phenomenon. I've never seen a bug just fly like that. It's quite impeccable. I'm in fact jealous. But my rack, my nice rack, as you can see, is not threatened by a hovering bug. So it's realistically, it just wants to punch it in the face, which is what I tend to do. And I know you guys in the audience on the other side of that computer screen is just like, you know, Crims, why are you using close combat on a bug flying? That is not very effective by 4. And I'm just like, this is a Ninjask. Sub's gonna break anyways. So I go for it. I do see his last move, which is Toxic, which is kind of good to know, because, I don't know, he might... I mean, I'm assuming his... Well, I guess I didn't see his last move. His last move is Baton Pass, but I could just assume it has Baton Pass. And with that, I know that he's probably not going to have a bug move, so I'm just going to go into my Celebi. And Celebi actually does something useful, which is, you know, set a Bleach Seed on whatever gets sent in on the on said Celebi, which is probably going to be the Heatran that he has on his team. And the Heatran will get, like, you know, plus a trillion speed. And his Heatran is named Tits McGee. It's quite the name. In fact, it's one of the names of my Pokemon too. It's very good. So Heatran gets seeded by my Celebi, and realistically, I just know he's just gonna go for a Fire Blast or something, and I'm just gonna go into T-Tar. Not T-Tar. What am I thinking? I go into my nice rack because my nice rack needs some love. and some Leech Seed health too. But I know that after the Fire Blast and the Leech Seed shenanigan stuff, I will probably take an Earth Power. I assume I would take an Earth Power. So I get hit by an Earth Power, and I live it, which is kind of nice, just a little bit, and Heatran gets punched in the face like 12 times. It's pretty good. And then Heatran dies. Oh yeah, and his air balloon popped. That's quite the thing to note there, Mr. Pokemon Game. So I go into Scizor, thinking, well, last thing does he have, other than his Ninjask, that's going to hover to its death. Oh no, now it's flapping its wings. That's interesting. But he has his Ninetales and his thing with Swords Dance. So I know that those two will die to a Bullet Punch, but apparently Ninetales is bulky or something, and Bullet Punch doesn't take it out. I'm quite surprised. Even though it was, you know, not very effective and everything, I understand that. It's just, it's a fucking Ninetales. That thing isn't bulky. But apparently this one is, and that's the end of Scizor's life. However, I got the Scarf Rotom, and Scarf Rotom's just going to Volt Switch the fuck out of that thing, and set up the Sand. Actually, Rotom doesn't do that. T-Tar does. And that is pretty much the end of this guy's team. He attempts to go for the sweep by Swords Dancing up. I'm assuming he has Sucker Punch or something like that too, like Seed Bomb and whatever, but he just takes a superpower to the face and loses. So that's that, and that is the game. So that's how that is. You know, I need to probably texture color hack thingy-mabobber the rest of my Pokemon, because I haven't really been doing that recently on Black and White. So I did that on, well, I did that on Black and White. I didn't do it in Black and White too. Regardless, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed and stuff, and I'll post more, trust me. And when I mean that, I mean at some point. But that's pretty much that. Hope you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and all of that. I'll see you.